Welcome everybody to this week's short wellness video. You've been asking for more movement practices, so today I'm offering up an anytime, anywhere, short stretch. So let's get started. So you can be doing this anytime during your day. You can do this Namaste. Hello, everybody. This is your short wellness clip. This week, we're going to be looking at a quick stretch that you can do anywhere, anytime. You've been asking for more movement practices, so here is one that you can take with you wherever you are. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is called a half sun salute. So you're just going to stand nice and tall and then reach your arms up as you inhale, big stretch towards the sky. And then as you exhale, you're going to push your hips back, open your arms wide again, soften your knees, and then fold in towards the floor and just finishing that long exhalation out. On your next inhale, you can take your hands to your shins and we're going to come up to a flat back, lengthening the heart forward, pulling those shoulders back. And then exhaling again, once more, folding down towards the floor. And then press through your feet, lengthen up through your arms, come all the way up. And then exhaling, hands back at your heart. So we're going to do that 2 more times. They're called standing sun salutes. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, folding in and just allowing the head to drop. Release any tension from the spine, neck. Inhale to a flat back, drawing that heart forward, shoulders back. Exhaling, bowing in again. Root through your feet, raise your arms all the way up. Inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. So we've got 1 more. Inhale, really mindfully open up your chest here, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold forward and down. Again, drop your head. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow it into the floor. Root through the feet. Inhale, raise your arms up. And then just exhaling, hands through that Namaste Mudra. Beautiful. And then from here, we're just going to continue reaching up like before, but this time we're interlacing our fingers and first finger is going to shoot up towards the ceiling. You can walk your feet together here, and then we're just going to lean towards the right. So we're really trying to root down through that left foot, left hip as we reach out of the pelvis with our spine and leaning, tilting over to the right. Now you want to just make sure you're in a straight line. So from the front, we want to make sure that everything is in line with that right hip, that we're not leaning forward or back. Good. Come back through the center and then just do the exact same thing on the other side. So we're balancing out the body through the sides of the waist, the rib cage area. Just breathe into that space you're creating. 1 more deep breath in. Let that go. Use your core really strong to come back up through the center. Walk your feet out to hip distance apart. And then just bring your hands to your hips. And then from here, we're going to bend the knees. And we're going to really try to isolate from the waist and just try to kind of mobilize this area. So nice big circles here, like you're hula hooping. And we're trying to keep the upper body nice and still here so we can just really articulate around the hips. Okay, so we can feel that in the glutes, in the low back, in the front and the hip flexors and core. Okay, and then go the other way around. So just kind of relieving some tension in our hips, which is a big area for storing tension and stress. And just from the way we sit a lot in our chairs, in our cars, on our couches. All right, come back. nice and tall. So your feet are going to stay sort of this far apart. You're just going to step that right leg back and try to bring the heel down to the floor. And if you can't, you'll stay on the ball of the foot. And we're trying to face, again, like the front edge of my mat. So you're trying to face forward, squaring the hips that way. And then we're just going to take the arms in front, grab your elbows, and we're going to inhale and straighten those arms up. And then we're going to bend into that front knee, okay? If your knee's coming way over your ankle, just separate your feet a little bit. So we'll actually inhale and straighten the legs and bring the arms up. Exhale, bending into that knee. Good. Let's do about 5 more of these. Move with your breath. Inhale. Exhale, really opening up through that back hip. 1 more. Sorry, I think there's 2 more. 1 more, up and down. And then this time when we come up, let's take our arms wide and then all the way out. Bend into that front knee and then just take the opposite hand forward and then the other arm back. And you can twist here. You're just gonna look out over your back arm. A little twisting action happening, which is great for the spine, keeping the spine tall when you do this. Good, and then come back through to the center, okay? Switch sides, left leg's gonna come back, right leg's gonna stay forward. Again, we wanna make sure there's room for your hips so our legs are wide apart enough for the hips. And then we're gonna bend into that front knee, just check that the knee's not going way over the ankle. Good, let's bring the hands in front to our elbows, holding our elbows, and then inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. A little trick here is if you want to squeeze your back glute, you can really open through that left iliopsoas or that hip flexor in the front. So we're just moving our body here. Notice that my spine is staying up tall. Oftentimes people will come forward and lift up, but the spine's just staying tall the whole time. We're working just lifting through the elbows, and that's going to really help lengthen up through the lumbar spine. All right, let's do 1 more. We'll inhale, open those arms out to the sides, and then bend through that front knee, and then take the opposite left arm forward, right arm back. And we're just twisting the best we can here. Awesome, keeping the spine tall. And then come back through to the center. Now this one, we're stepping out wide, turning the toes straight forward. You can have your hands on your hips and then just soften your knees a little bit. We're gonna send the sitting bones back, moving forward with a long spine, and then just dropping your hands and maybe releasing through the head, just kind of shaking it out. Exhale here. Big breaths in and full breaths out. And 1 more time. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. Big breath in. Big breath out. Bend your knees. Gently come up. Okay. Walk your feet together. The last stretch we're going to do, you can use a wall if you'd like, or you can just balance. I'm going to hold onto the wall, grab a hold of one of your feet. Okay, keep the heel in towards the bum. Try to point the knee straight down. We're stretching into our quadricep muscle, the front of the thigh. Good. Try to lengthen your spine nice and tall as you press down through the knee. Good. Keep breathing. And then just gently switching sides. And I call this an anywhere, anytime stretching practice because you'll notice that you don't really need a yoga mat for this. It's pretty accessible because it's all starting from a standing position, and most people are able to do this. So whether you're taking a break at work or doing some of these stretches, at a gas station on a long car ride, these are great stretches that anyone can do. Let's take the foot down. We are done. Thank you guys for joining in this week's wellness practice, and we'll see you next week.